Coming up on Coasting Through Asia, we're in the heart of Hong Kong at Ocean Park, featuring some of the craziest views you have ever seen. We start at the bottom and then take a skyway up and over. And we'll get to ride their B&M floorless coaster, Hair Raiser.
It's literally the freaking Luna Park thing that horrifies me to my core.
There's an airtime hill on this ride.
A really good one.
But we will not be riding any of these.
No way, it just opened, is what I would say if it just opened. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna open today.
And it's all coming up next.
And that was your look at some of the incredible sights around Hong Kong from our sightseeing day. I am so impressed with this city.
I think it's amazing. I really do. It's such a nice blend, like having come from like mainland China and Taiwan, where it's a lot more like traditional there. It has like a very interesting combination of like the traditional things and also very like modern aspects that we're used to from home. So it's like, it has like a little extra level of comfort for us, I would say.
Yeah, well, if you don't know the history of Hong Kong, they were ruled by the British for like 150 years.
Yes.
And so a lot of the tendencies that we're used to around the UK, such as driving on the other side of the road, or like when you're on the subway, mind the gap, you know, like all these just
It's
little
even in a British
things.
voice.
Yeah, it all like blends together. So yeah, when we were like walking around Hong Kong, it felt familiar,
Yes,
even though we
it's
hadn't
interesting.
been before. It was really cool. So, I mean, the scenery was incredible. You got to see the Sky Tram and the big Buddha and some of the views of the city. Just amazing. But today, we're at one of their big theme parks. You know, there's two big ones in Hong Kong. We'll get to Hong Kong Disneyland later.
Yes.
This is Ocean Park.
Yeah, this one's, I guess, your more thrill park, right? Because it has one big roller coaster, and that's Hair Raiser, which is a B&M floorless coaster. And then there's also a mock-powered coaster, if we're talking thrills.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
thrill coaster.
I know that I'm pretty sure there's an SB&O roller coaster that they haven't taken out yet. I'm very intrigued to see how this park is. I mean, one of the first things we know, so we took the subway to get over here, and you can see this big entrance right behind us. There is the huge mountain. We start at the bottom and then take a skyway up and over.
Yes.
And then the rest of the park is at the top.
Yeah, it reminds me a bit of like Parkdale Cafe, where we like, except it was the opposite. You were at the top and you went down.
Yeah, or like a Glenwood Cavern
Yeah,
situation.
yeah, okay, that's probably better.
Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be a really cool park. We are here on a Saturday. The crowds are rolling in. I think it's going to be a busy day. We might invest in some skip the lines. We're going to see.
That's the thing, when you're in a country that you're like, I don't know when I'm going to be here again, or like a specific park, you're like, I don't know when I'm going to be back here. To me, it's worth it to just spend the extra money to make sure your day goes smooth.
Right when you walk in, one of the first things you see are these wacky, like psychedelic art sculptures of these like sea creatures. They are funky
That's
fish.
what I've been calling them. They're funky fish. They're so cool. Like, what an awesome introduction. Like, it's something you wouldn't normally see.
And welcome inside Ocean Park. So we bought a special ticket for 2 package that they had, which ended up being about $40 a person when you break it down. And then we did also get our skip the line. So they had 2 different packages. One was unlimited. It was like $75 US. And then there was one that said you could skip 7 rides and it was like $35. So that's what we did. So we'll just have 7 one-time use passes that we can use throughout our visit. I think that'll be just fine.
And right when you walk in, you can see the size of these buildings. It looks like a coral reef. Really, really cool. This park is already very colorful.
I ran off for a minute to check out the merchandise, because I wanted to squander any hopes of finding anything like the start of the day. So that way all day I wasn't like, wow, I really love this place. I want to get a shirt. Because like they have a lot of shirt options, but they all like, even though they're adult sizes, they're like what in America would be like kind of like a kid's shirt. So like it'll be something about like Ocean Park, but then it's covered in little baby pandas and like penguins, but like in a not a way that is like something that you would normally see somebody wear in like the US. So I'm like, like if I lived here, I'd probably get it and wear it around, but I feel like it would be looked at like a little kid's shirt in America.
Correct.
I'm already seeing a lot of different signs around the park about conservation, so very SeaWorld of them.
I love that though. That's really good. And I think I saw something about how they, I think, donate like some of their like profits to different conservation funds. Love that.
So this part of Ocean Park is called Old Hong Kong. Look at all these signs. This is great. The park's open until 7 tonight, so it would technically be dark. I bet this area will be lively.
Those views out there are insane.
It's literally gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
And that is our first look at Hair Razor. Look at that. Just right there on top of the hill. I am so blown away by these views. Like, that is just sensational. Look at this.
I don't even really care what the park has. It already is a win in my book just for that.
How do you even begin to build one half of the park over there and then another half all the way out here?
It's
like
so far away.
Yeah.
Like we only showed bits and pieces, but we were on there for like, what, 15 minutes maybe?
It's a long gondola ride, and it's obviously we're on top of a mountain. I just like, this is a very terrainy park.
Yeah, we're gonna get our steps in today. That is for sure.
This sign is massive. We're about to get a better view of it as we come around the corner. But
Clown mouth. It's literally the freaking Luna Park thing that horrifies me to my core, and it's back.
oh yeah, it's giving Luna Park. This is ginormous. I think this might actually be bigger than the ones at Luna Park Sydney and Melbourne. So here's the entrance for Fast Track. We are not going to use that. We are going to enter the standby line because it's only 10 minutes.
Not bad at all.
Our chariot has arrived. They are running Hair Razor on one train, which shouldn't be too much of a surprise. So we're doing the back row. And yeah, sure enough, it was only like 10 minutes to get up here. Even at the exit for the ride, they have this artwork here just on this like sliding door for the photo stand. It's very Luna Park-esque.
Our first lap there on Hair Razor. Let me say, first of all, the operations, they're just taking their sweet time up there with that one train.
It's not as bad as other places on
It
the
is
strip.
definitely not as
all.
bad. No.
Middle of the road.
We've seen worse. So, first of all, presentation of this ride, crazy,
Very cool.
wacky. Like, it's very Luna Park.
Very.
Yeah, so the layout is also extremely creative, very different from
It's
what we've
so
seen of
neat.
other floorless coasters.
Yeah, well, because it's literally wrapping around this like rock structure here, and it has to like, I mean, it's a terrain floorless coaster, so it's very, very cool. It doesn't have some like typical key elements that you see on a lot of like multi-inversion B&Ms. Would you
Yeah.
agree with that?
I think that's fair. I mean, there's still multiple inversions, so you still have like your vertical loop. There's
Yes.
a 0G roll literally right behind us.
But where's the Cobra Roll?
Yeah, exactly.
That's one of
right?
the main
Yeah.
ones that you usually get on stuff like this. That there's no Cobra Roll, and
Well,
I definitely
They're
noticed.
tight on space, and so they have to, be a little creative with what
I
they
like
do.
it, though. I like the layout a
There she
lot.
goes. There's an airtime hill on
A
this ride.
really good one
It's
too.
very good. Yeah, in
Yeah.
the back, we absolutely got some airtime. There it is.
Cons though, it is a little rough.
That is not a smooth ride. It is nowhere near as bad as the floorless coaster at Janfusen. That
Oh,
one is
no.
still worse. But this thing does not track the best.
It's a little old.
Yeah, it is an older ride.
Yeah.
But I think still it's very solid. I mean, it's always been like that headliner attraction. Even when those other coasters that are standing but not operating were open, this was still the ride.
Of Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
I mean, I would say so.
I mean, unless it's the, what is it, Olaf's gliding
The new
nonsense.
Vekoma thing? No. No. It's still good. I think we're going to go do probably the powered coaster next door, and then maybe we'll come back and do Hairraiser in the front row. Maybe it'll be a bit smoother up there.
Slight correction from something we just said. This is actually not necessarily one of the older B&M coasters. This is actually a 2011 edition, which I think, if anything, makes it kind of even more sad that it doesn't track the best, because I've ridden older B&M coasters than this that track a lot better. Also, here's a powered coaster. It's called Arctic Blast, I think, and it opened just 1 year after Hairraiser. So this is technically the newest operating coaster in the park, which is a little sad that that was 2012. I see beluga whales. Where are we going?
So it is really, really hot out. So to take a break before we do the next coaster, we are going into, I think it said a North Pole exhibit. So like penguins.
Maybe, yeah. There's definitely beluga whales, so they could have a bunch
And
of stuff.
there's a lot of polar bears like decorations in here. So I'd be shocked if there wasn't a polar bear in here somewhere.
Look at the cute baby.
Yeah, it looks like harbor seals.
More sea puppies.
More sea puppies. Yeah, there's actually a couple of them.
Oh my
They're hard to see from here. Oh, there we go. There's a better view. Okay, don't get mad at me. It was a spotted seal, not a harbor seal. My bad. I'm sorry. I don't know my seal brands. This whole exhibit also goes underwater, so we're currently underneath where we're walking around up there. So these are the same exhibits of like the seals, walruses and stuff, but now there's all this rock work. They have this really cool tunnel effect. Unfortunately, it's a total gridlock in here. No one's moving because they all want to see the animals, and this pathway is not wide enough to handle everyone here. Found the penguins. This is almost identical to the one at SeaWorld Orlando.
You know what? You don't have to rain on my parade like that. It is different. These are different penguins with
We
different
have
lives.
penguins at home.
That I don't care. Look at that.
Looks like they have a similar experience as what you can do at the other SeaWorld parks, where you can get up close and personal with the penguins, actually go in the exhibit.
It's really hard to watch someone living your dream.
You've literally done that before twice.
Yeah, but like that was a while ago.
That was literally earlier this year.
That was a really nice combination of exhibits. I think my favorite are the Arctic foxes, because honestly, you don't get those at a lot of like animal theme parks.
Do you want to guess what my favorite one is?
The penguins that you can see at literally every animal theme park.
Don't tell Sarah, but I think they have a penguin restaurant called Tuxedos. I kind of want to check that out, to be honest. Using our skip the line, we just bypassed all this. So already that is worth it. Yeah, we're going to the back of the train.
Well, that's the first one we've used.
Yeah,
We
go-
didn't even use it for hair raising.
Yeah, we'll use it later in the day. Oh, wait, there's even more. Wow, yeah, okay. This line's really, really bad.
Spectacular views of that powered coaster from all the way around, which shouldn't be a surprise. We're on top of a mountain, but like you're facing some of those huge buildings. It was awesome.
Oh yeah, no, that was gorgeous. And there was actually one moment of the ride that had like kind of like a whip moment to it. I was like, oh, okay. And
Yeah.
that was in the back, so.
Yeah, some jank to it. It was fun though. Like honestly, it was a nice long layout, and it goes around twice. So
Oh, that's
like
true.
as far as powered coasters go, I actually think this is a pretty good one.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, it's just a bummer that those are the only two coasters here, because clearly at one point in time there were more. They intended for there to be more.
I hope they
and
replace them eventually.
Well, that brings up a very good point because there were plans that were released of like future expansion that Ocean Park Hong Kong wanted to do, and it included like a B&M dive coaster, some sort of B&M like surf type coaster, an alpine coaster, and I think a Mauer spike coaster. And I think part of it was going to be like Hong Kong funded, and it was just like meant to revitalize the park. And it was set to be from like the years 2023 to 2027.
And it hasn't happened.
Nothing has happened.
Yeah.
I know they were busy building a water park. There's still time, but I don't know if any of that's gonna happen. Or did they just kind of be like, we're just gonna pretend we didn't announce any of that.
Just forget about it.
So unfortunately, Ocean Park Hong Kong has 2 defunct roller coasters. That right there is their defunct mine train. They've left it in place, probably because it's too expensive to take down. So it's a nice big lawn ornament.
We just dined at the Tuxedo's restaurant, which gave some amazing views of penguins. You're literally sitting enjoying a delicious meal while watching those penguins swim around. That is so cool.
I was a very happy camper. I had really good chicken wings and a really good salad, and I'm very happy and full. And because of that, we are not going to ride a coaster right now.
Yeah, I think we're going to go check out the observation deck, which basically this whole park is one big observation deck because you can just look out and see everything. But they have a tower to go up to the highest point, so that's fine.
Sure, let's do it.
游客请注意，基于安全条例，12岁以上者。
This ride has over-the-shoulder restraints. What? This is basically just a smaller version of a Skyscreamer or a Windseeker. Why does it have that? What are these? What are these? I'm just now realizing that the ground over here is made up of giant faces. Yeah. This whole area is just one big Luna Park land.
It does have that vibe, honestly. I think it feels different because it's multi-level, but if you were to put this on flat ground, I think it would absolutely feel that way.
Now, thank goodness the rest of the park is not like that. This is just like one section where you have like some of the more thrilling attractions. Down there is like a whole Arctic realm.
It's like a carnival section.
Basically. So we just went down this escalator there. You can see Thrill Mountain. That is the official name of that like Luna Park style entrance. And first thing we see, the other station for the train to get up the mountain.
Yeah, well, we saw it at the bottom, and I didn't know if it was a bus that like drove you up here, but yeah, it's a train, and I don't know if we'll use it because the gondola is really cool.
The gondola is pretty awesome.
But like, it's a good alternative, and I think it's faster.
Yeah, so you do have 2 options to reach this other side of the park. We've arrived at the base of our observation tower. It does have a 30-minute wait, so we're gonna use one of our skip the lines to bypass this. So after this, we'll have 5 more left.
Step on in, the air conditioning is great.
Look at this, they even have pictures of the view on the wall.
When I was putting together the announcement video for this trip, I had to find photos to use of a bunch of the parks that we hadn't been to before because we didn't have footage. And every single photo of Ocean Park was this view right behind me. But it features 2 massive SBNO rides, and that is like half of like what the promotional footage of this park and photos are. And I'm like, but they're not open. It kind of bugs me.
I know we haven't been here for very long, but I feel like this park is kind of a shell of what it should be. Like, you can see the potential, but I don't know if...
Gorgeous.
Yeah, the location is just unbelievable, but maybe it's because they can't afford to keep it running. I've heard that maybe they've been struggling a bit, but that could be why they're closing the rides, but regardless, it's kind of sad.
Can we also just acknowledge how awesome the Arrow looks, even though it's not open?
Yeah.
The colors, it's so cool.
And I think that's a relatively recent closure, too, from what I can remember. I don't know, or maybe not. I'd have to check.
2022. He says 2022. There you go.
So, yeah, that's just sad. From here, we're heading down the mountain. I'm not even sure what else is down here because the other major rides that I know of are not open. So, at this point, we're just going to see what we can find. Landscaping department doing a great job. We're over by the jellyfish exhibit. Look at all this. That's so fun. I cannot believe that this is a real sign in the park. If you see a wild pig, move away quietly.
Now it is time for the Sea Jelly Spectacular. I guess it's either a show or some kind of aquarium. Guess we'll find out.
I can honestly say I've never quite seen jellyfish like this before. They are so funky looking.
I found the spectacular.
I was gonna say, is this the show?
Well, what are you training jellyfish to do? Sit, roll over, speak. They don't have brains.
Can't tell them to stay either. So I thought this was a massive room of jellyfish. No, that's a mirror right there. And this is a mirror right here. Oh. It's just this one wall. I thought it kept going like all the way down.
I was like, whoa.
It's a good trick.
Okay, worked. Doesn't this kind of look like a scare maze?
I like this
I'm
room.
afraid they're gonna like jump out at me.
Yeah, no, they're contained, but they do the same mirror effect here to make it seem like it's just like many rooms. They have a very similar room that we did at SeaWorld Australia.
Not falling for it again. I didn't realize it was a mirror.
Come on. This park has a lot of similarities to like the SeaWorld parks back at home, talking about like conservation and different ways to just like improve jellyfish's lives, the environment.
I think that sort of was the main purpose of the park, and I think that's why they get so much funding, because that's like their primary purpose. I think the rides and everything came later, but I think it was kind of more akin to like the old SeaWorld parks that were like maybe one coaster or a couple rides here and there, and it was like about conservation. It's clearly changed, but yeah, I think that's really, really cool that they're so focused on that.
So in the center you have the huge tank with the sharks, and then on the outer edges are all these smaller tanks that have just like some of the much smaller, like really pretty fish. Lots of multicolors in here.
His mouth is open. That never happens. That's terrifying. Oh my god. Oh, look at him. Hello.
That's very cool. They have a McDonald's in the park. Literally right up against the shark exhibit. That's hilarious. This whole area feels very much more carnival-esque than some of the other areas of the park. It's more akin to the upper section that felt like Luna Park. From the queue of the Ferris wheel, you can literally see the station for Dragon. You can see the individual railings and everything. There's definitely not a train on site, but that's just too bad. There's quite literally a tree growing through the track of Dragon. Wow.
Love that.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna open today. Darn.
Beautiful views up there, which shouldn't be a big surprise because this whole park is beautiful. But if anything, being down here at one of the bottom levels makes me realize how little there is to actually do down here.
Well, I mean, it depends on what you're here to do, right? Like, if you want to ride the swings, you got that. There's all these games, so if you're one of the people that likes to do games at theme parks, then it's, I mean, there's a lot of them down here, but like ride-wise, not much.
It's pretty much this and the swings. Yeah, that's it.
Also, it's very loud because of the people announcing the games. It's too much for my brain right
Yeah,
now.
they're very, very noisy.
So ice cream flavors, well, they have like some of the staples like vanilla, strawberry, chocolate. They have like
Chocolate.
unique, yes, chocolate. They have unique flavors. Matcha, which I love.
Lychee ice cream in a mango slush.
Very cool.
And I just went with the lychee ice cream.
I like that. Also, we haven't shown you guys on camera yet. You guys are from the U.S., living here in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
What do you think of Ocean Park?
It's fun. We love coming here and seeing the animals. It's like one of the only places in this area that we get to see like the aquarium and the pandas and all these cool animals. So yeah, we really
It's a fun
enjoy it.
vibe.
What do you think of Hair Raiser?
It's a little rough, but it's really fun. It's got one ejector moment and two more floater airtime moments. It's really fun. It kind of feels like a combination of a B&M Hyper and a B&M Looper.
I like that. Also, you're wearing an Edge and Ica shirt. We just got to point that out. So it turns out we weren't on the lowest of the low levels. You can go down even more stairs. And now we're down here by this top scan, and gold S&S towers, which are definitely not operating. Very, very sad to see another closed ride. No way, it just opened, is what I would say if it just opened. It's the fact that they covered up the entrance with potted plants for me. You could start by cutting down these trees. There's no way you can send a train like that. And now the part of the park that I'm not looking forward to. The trek all the way back up to the top. The rapids here have a really original name. The Rapids. This park has a lot more animals than I was expecting. This is like one big reptile house, but they do have some absolutely enormous fish. Wow, that's a big dude. At first I thought they were fake. Nope, those are real macaws. They're just sleeping. They have capybaras in here.
This brings back memories.
Yeah, they were about that big too.
Like legitimately, this high. It's nuts. So there were capybaras on display out front, but there were no capybaras inside. Just like the polar exhibit, they had polar bears on display, but no polar bears. This is very deceptive.
False advertising.
But it's okay. The fish were kind of crazy.
In going through that trail, I'm really impressed with how the walkthrough is just like so well interwoven with the rapids. And the rapids actually looks pretty mild, so I think we're gonna go check it out.
This lady put up her umbrella while on the rapids ride. Honestly, kind of brilliant. Oh my gosh, this person has an umbrella too. Is this just a thing out here that like people just do that? And this is the line that we are bypassing thanks to our fast track. And our queue does go right past the poncho vending machine. I do not think we'll be buying one though, but it's very cool that they offer that.
Damage report. Not too bad. My left shoe got the worst of it.
What about the right one?
Right one's fine.
Oh, that kind of stinks for you. I am wearing sandals, so I don't care, but my hair is certainly soaked.
The thing that I notice about these rapids is that the actual rapids don't get you wet at all. It's the misters. Like
yeah, the sprayers.
They know that the physical rapids aren't strong enough, so they're like, well, we want to get people wet somehow, so we're just going to mist them.
I think if we had a more full boat,
Maybe.
it might have gotten us more wet.
I don't know. They're pretty tame. It was also a relatively short ride, which makes sense. You're tight on space.
Yeah, but it was refreshing, and I'm happy.
We're back up here by Hair Raiser. This is the line for the bumper cars. That's crazy. Guys, it's bumper cars. It ain't that deep. Not worth it. Well, the wait time definitely went up. Very, very glad that we got skip the lines today. 45 minutes. Not the worst we've seen on this trip, but still worth skipping so we have time to do other things. This is a lot different than this morning. Yeah, I'm glad that we actually didn't use a skip the line this morning because we literally walked on and wow, I would not want to wait on this with one train.
Well, and like it's been about like 4 to 5 between dispatches, I think, minutes.
Yeah, they take their sweet time. Fast track has priority, so we're going straight to the front row. Let's see if it's smoother up here. Hopefully. They have the extra padding on the over-the-shoulder restraints too. We saw this on a couple other B&M coasters that we've done on this trip. Yeah, it's just like a cover over the traditional OTSR. Very weird.
Ride number 2 on Hair Raiser was better. I would say it was a little bit smoother. I still don't think it tracks that well. But
yeah, for me, it was better because I sat in an inside seat, which typically makes a difference on the floorless coasters.
Yep.
You get a little bit more roughness on the outside, and that's why I was the first time. And I also felt being up front, also like the whole concept of a floorless coaster is optimized in the front row.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
The whole point is the visual, right? And
Right.
when you're in any other row, the visual is just not the same.
Yeah. powered coaster going around us.
Yeah.
I agree. Front is where you got to sit for this sort of thing. And the view going up and over the lift hill, just like
I wish we could show you guys.
sensational.
Sorry.
Yeah, unfortunately no on-ride footage for this video.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's okay. I think it's like good for the layout, but I just wish that it rode better, because that's unfortunately like a repeating trend between some of the B&M coasters that we've done out here. Like Pyrenees was fine, and the ones at Universal were fine, but like Jan Fusen kind of ran similar. Like that was just a little
rougher.
weird.
That one was definitely rougher than this. Yeah, overall I would put this like lower middle tier.
Yeah, I agree.
As far as
Airtime Hill is the best part, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so we're back at the gondola. This time it's only a 20-minute wait, but we got one more skip the line left that we can use. And so we are going to bypass it so we can head back down the mountain.
Look at all the lights. This is really, really cool. Now that we're down at the bottom, we're gonna check out the aquarium and enjoy this, because it is a very nice sight.
Ocean Park is not really a theme park. Like, they have some lightly themed sections like the rainforest we talked about earlier. But objectively, this old Hong Kong section is the best themed, which makes sense. You would assume that they would do Hong Kong theming well, but it's just very lively, architecturally stunning.
I turned my back for 60 seconds and the lights are doing a show. I mean, they're not in sync with music, but they were just lighting up in sync, and they stopped. Well, at least you guys saw a second of it. Oh, they're back.
All right, so we got a regular waffle, which they slather with butter, peanut butter, sweetened condensed milk, granulated sugar, and desiccated coconut. And they fold it in half, and you just eat it like a sandwich.
And that's like a Hong Kong treat?
It's a Hong Kong street food.
Wow, you got us one. It was very nice. I'm very excited. After we just ate dumplings and another waffle, now we're gonna eat this waffle. So, I'm gonna gain weight on this trip, man. All right. Oh, that's good.
After trying said waffle, it's literally just a Nutter Butter.
It's not just a Nutter Butter.
It tastes like a fresh Nutter Butter.
It's a hot, fluffy Nutter Butter. Delicious.
Look at this. Projection mapping on the big aquarium building. That is beautiful. And I think they just started a show. Oh, wow. Very cool. Yeah, none of these were on this morning, so this is a lot more lively now. Let's head into the aquarium. This will probably be our final stop of the day.
Well, considering the park is closing in like 15 minutes, and I had no idea because I lost track of time. Good company and a good park will do that to you. I got the fishes.
They have lionfish. They're my favorite. Except if I was in the water with them. Then they would not be my favorite. Then I would be very, very scared.
Way more than any fish. If that thing came near me in the water, I think I would drop dead.
Yeah, this is why we didn't go swimming in Japan.
Is that why?
No, but,
Crabs?
you know, they're Japanese king crabs.
Just oh my, look at that. Oh my.
Oh, dude, I bet those crab legs would be so good. This is a huge tank.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
It's getting SeaWorld Abu Dhabi. Like, it's that big.
Yeah, this thing's massive. This is really, really cool. Right above us, we can see table and chairs set up. That's a full restaurant. They really have cool dining experiences here. You can dine with this view. You could dine with the penguins like what we did. You can dine with a view of the South China Sea. Like, there's so many options. All right, the park is officially closed, which means their nighttime spectacular has begun, showcasing some projection mapping on the aquarium. Look, now they're using water screens to make the octopus's arm like play the drums, I think. That looks like a drumstick. Oh, wow.
very cool nighttime spectacular and things out. That projection mapping was really good.
Yeah, I don't think either of us got a shot of it, but they did like a lightning bolt thing like on the mountain. Like they projected onto the mountain. I'm like, that is cool.
Yeah, they only did it once. I wonder why they didn't do it more often. I wonder if it's just really complicated or something. I don't know, but yeah, projecting on the main aquarium as their centerpiece, nice job.
Yeah.
Fountains, lights, they did the water screen, which you typically only see at like Universal Disney
Yeah.
stuff, like with full, like...
Way more than I thought.
Yeah, it was almost like trying to tell a story to it and stuff. There were a lot of different aspects. It was like technically 2 different shows back to back. Like
Yeah, one of them was about the ocean, the other one was about the
Hong
country.
Kong. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very, very cool.
Yeah.
Ocean Park, I think overall was, it was a good time. So first of all, we were here pretty much the entire day. We got here shortly after open and then stayed till close. So we made the most of it, even though we didn't do a ton of rides.
Yeah, well, again, I feel like if you're coming here like looking for rides, then you're probably gonna leave here being like, But if you come here being like, this is an experience that includes like animal stuff, amazing views, the cable car experience, like all of it put together, it's awesome. I really, really had a great time here.
Oh, I definitely had a good time. I think though this park could be better, and I hope that the next time we visit, some changes will have been made. I really would like to see some of the closed attractions removed and something awesome to replace it, like what was planned and has not happened yet.
I hope so. Yeah, because like at the end of the day, we are coaster enthusiasts, but also theme park lovers. So
yeah, and we've seen how parks can get really creative, do some really cool attractions on
both.
top of a mountain, and have be a really good like theme park. And I think Ocean Park is getting there. Their views spectacular,
Oh
so
my
they're
God.
the best in the world. And different areas of the park are nice. It's just ride-wise, there is room for improvement.
I would agree.
So, anyways, we're gonna hop on the train and head back into Hong Kong.
Welcome to our absolutely insane hotel room. Like, the room is fine. It's not really the room that makes it insane. It's the fact that we are on the 33rd floor overlooking the city of Hong Kong on our own private balcony.
So this is not the room we booked. I just need to say that. We are not this level of bougie or wealthy. It was strictly because they had to upgrade us for free because I guess they were out of the room type that we booked. And I'm not mad about it because they included a free bottle of wine.
Yeah, it's so bougie that you can be taking a bath while overlooking the city. It's kind of insane. Like, we're really high up there.
This is the best view I feel like you could get of Hong Kong is right here. Like, this is insane.
I don't know. We've had some pretty cool views on this trip. There's the Sky 100 deck. You guys saw that at the beginning of the video. At night, it is all lit up and it shows you the time. Like, it just has the time listed all night. That's super convenient. It's just beautiful. This city skyline is incredible.
Cheers to that.
I'll be blunt, this was one of our more boring nights of the trip. We actually had full intentions of going out into the city, checking out some waterfront views, and then we just like got here and we're just like, I'm so tired. And we literally did the equivalent of like Uber Eats to get some food that ended up not being that great.
Well, here's the craziest part is they didn't give us a fork or chopsticks or anything. So we found 2 like disposable toothbrushes that were provided by the room and used them as chopsticks.
We're not proud of it, but
I'm proud of it. Speak for yourself. It's hilarious.
look, it was very clever. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. But I mean, I'm not eating noodles with my fingers. So.
I mean, I did for the first few bites. But anyway.
Well, anyways, yeah, I mean, it would have been cool to see more of Hong Kong, but also, like, I get it. We definitely stayed longer at Ocean Park than I think either of us expected. Like, if you had asked us at the beginning of the day, we'd be like, no, we're not going to stay till close. Like, I mean, there's only 2 roller coasters. We didn't do that many rides today.
We just were having fun exploring and chatting with our new friends and stuff.
Yeah, so, like, it was a good time, and we still got to see a lot of Hong Kong from yesterday, so, like, it worked out. So tomorrow, we're going to be up early taking a ferry over to Macau, and we're going to be walking around. So that is another special administrative region similar to Hong Kong, so like they have their own separate border control. Like how Hong Kong was ruled by the British for a while, Macau has a lot of Portuguese influence, and it's very similar to like Las Vegas.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah, so it is actually very close to the Chimelong Resort. So the next park they'll be showing you is Chimelong Spaceship, which is the new theme park as part of the resort, and it has the record for the world's largest indoor theme park.
Sorry, Warner Brothers.
Yeah, it took the record from Warner Brothers in Abu Dhabi,
So sad.
rip that. So we're going to show you that park up next, and we'll throw in some clips of Macau at the beginning so you guys can see what that's like, because they got some unique attractions, including a very cool Ferris wheel.
We're
from
going to do it.
Intamin. Yep.
We already booked it. So
Yep,
we're
we
like
did,
ready
yeah.
Because it's going to be very busy, I'm sure, because it is like still a holiday week for them, and it's a weekend, so
Yeah, so,
should be good.
yeah, but anyways, we hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was a fun day. It was a good day.
Absolutely. And, you know, with the spaceship park coming up, don't get it twisted. It has nothing to do with space. I was very shocked to discover that.
It's a marine park.
Called
but
Spaceship.
it looks like a spaceship.
Okay,
It's
but that
cool.
implies aliens and space. Just saying.
Whatever, maybe we'll
Feel
find some
misled.
aliens. I don't know. The ride. Maybe we'll find an alien ride. Jeez Louise. Alright guys, we're gonna go to bed. Good night. Thank you for your support. We hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time.
On the next episode of Coasting Through Asia, we're visiting the world's largest indoor theme park, Chimelong Spaceship. At first glance, I'm like, is it really bigger than Warner Brothers? And let me tell you, they're doing some pretty crazy things over there.
This is so utterly ridiculous. There are balloon dolphins on drones flying through the air. I have never really seen anything quite like this before.
And things get weird.
They have a line of armed guards as walk-around characters?
It's the cat from Holiday World.
Why does that look like a fish from SpongeBob?
And we'll experience an attraction unlike anything else on the planet.
This is the world's largest simulator and can seat 300 people. If I could use one word to describe it, it'd be epic.
And it's all coming up next.